Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my podcast, Dejah Brew. I'm your host, Dejah Olson. Sit down, grab a coffee or a tea or whatever you're feeling, and let's get right into this week's episode. Today, I want to talk about something. I have a little notes page of all my podcast ideas, and this has been on it for like 3 months now. I don't know, since I started doing this, and I've been so excited to talk about it, but today just felt like the day I needed to talk about it. And what it is, you may be wondering, is optimism. Yep, that is, as you can tell by the title of this video, that's what we're going to be talking about today. I got a whole notes page for us, and if you're watching the YouTube video, I look a little bummy right now, but that's okay. I had a whole Friday off work, and it was gloomy outside, and I was like, all day, all I want to do is read a Colleen Hoover book. And I did that for the last 6 hours and finished it. Heart bones. You guys should all read it. It's so beautiful. Okay. Anyway, let's get right into it. Okay. I feel like I was blessed with being an optimist. I've known this for a while now, and I really love the fact about myself, especially when I really realized what it was, when I found out, what an optimist and what a pessimist were. And I think I really started to realize this when I fully loved myself, and when I heard about, optimism, I was like, that's me. Like, I'm pretty positive most of the time. Of course, I have my down moments, but everyone does, it's not just me. So I feel like, sorry, I'm a little bit sick right now. I feel like if you're an optimist, it doesn't mean you have to be optimistic 100% of the time. And if you're a pessimist, it doesn't mean you be pessimistic 100% of the time. It really just varies, but I feel like putting a label on it is more of like the one you are the most. And for me, that's definitely an optimist. And I think a lot of different factors can play into which one you are. Maybe it's like your experiences. If you just haven't had the best life, then maybe you're gonna look at the world with a negative view and be a pessimist. And that's okay, because no one, I don't know, like if you had a bad childhood, no one can predict that that's what was going to happen to you. It just happens. But for me, I am so blessed, and I had a wonderful childhood despite many different circumstances. My parents were teen parents and broke up after a year of my existence, and that's okay. I have a few bad memories from my childhood, but they definitely don't compare in size at all to all the wonderful memories I had, like living with my grandparents. I grew up with them and my mom for the most part, and I just had a really good childhood, and it was filled with a bunch of positives. And no matter what situation we were in, we always tried to make the most out of it. And I really appreciate my family for doing that for me, because that was so sweet. And I think that kind of maybe started why I'm an optimist. I think no one even knows for sure why people are one way or another, but that's just my little theory on why I probably am one. And since I've realized that I am one, there's been so many things I've realized that come along with being one. And the first is that some people really appreciate it. Some people really like that I'm, positive most of the time and pretty happy, a little bit outgoing at times. And I think I've heard the most about this. Well, some of my friends tell me, but also in my workplace, say I'm being cashier. I work at Goodwill. Say I'm being a cashier, and someone, I check someone out, and then we have a great conversation because I love talking to people. I'm very much a people person. I mean, if you're gonna cashier for like 8 hours a day, it kind of gets tiring after like 4, but try my best. But anyway, when I get to be a cashier, I'm not always one, so when I do get to be one, I'm like so excited and I love talking to the people, and I've gotten so many comments and people are like, it was so nice to talk to you, like I love your good energy and like your positivity, like you were just really nice to talk to, things like that. And it just melts my heart because I don't even try. It's just how I am, and I like that even though it's not really benefiting me in any way that I know of, because it's just how I am, but it melts my heart. It makes me so happy that I can be someone that makes the day of other people. And I really love that. So I've also had bosses tell me how they really love my optimism. When I worked at the car wash, I frequently was told by my manager, he was like, you're like a ray of sunshine in the workplace. And I was like, that's so sweet. Like, he didn't need to say that, but the fact that he did just like made me even happier and wanting to express my good mood more to help uplift the other people I work with, because work isn't always fun. But if you have someone to bring up the mood in the little environment that we work in, then I think that's a good thing. And that's what my new manager at, well, she's the same one that's always been there, but the Goodwill manager, we're like best friends. I talked about her in my last episode. She's amazing. And she's told me that I'm like a little ray of sunshine. And in the mornings, I'll be like, hi, beautiful. And she says, hello, sunshine, or hi, sunshine. And it's just so sweet. And it makes me so happy. But there are some other times to where I've realized that not everyone likes a happy, optimistic person. And this can be in like little ways, such as, sorry, when I was a cashier at my plant job, I come across people that would check out, and I'd be like, try to talk to them like, hey, like, how's your day going? I love your purse, blah, 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 whatever I just felt like saying. And they just really wouldn't give me the time of day. They would just continue to be in their bad mood. So I don't know. I don't really know how to describe that one. Maybe I just wasn't able to help pull them out of their bad mood, and it doesn't always work that easy, so I can't expect it to. But there are other times where I've been told by my mom and my stepdad, well, my mom first, but she told me that like I have toxic positivity. I'm like, what is that? Elaborate. And she's like, you're just too positive. I was like, how? Why would that be a bad thing? Do you want me to be a crabby, teenage daughter, young adult daughter? And she was like, no, you're just like too positive sometimes. You just need to like tone it down. And I don't know, like her comment kind of like hurt my heart, but I don't know. I'm just also a little bit sensitive, so that could kind of be it too. But things just excite me, and I don't know, it's kind of sad because it was like, okay, well, I'll just express my excitement to everyone else who appreciates it, and I just won't express it around you. But it's okay. Sorry, that was like a little rant. But I see where she's coming from in just one aspect, because I love going to the dentist. The doctors? No. I do not like going to doctors because, I don't know, I'd rather do anything else in the world than get my blood drawn. To get a needle in my arm vein and draw blood. No, I want to throw up right now. Gross. But I really love going to the dentist because I like keeping, my teeth all nice and clean. I, do the brush twice a day, floss once a day, for the most part, and, exceptions, but I, care about, like, my teeth health and everything, and I love going to the dentist because, they clean it all up in there, and they have, like, the tools that I don't have at home, and it's, like, their job to professionally clean, teeth. So I really like going to the dentist, and I'd be like, yay, I can't wait to go to the dentist tomorrow. And that's just what my mom would be like, oh yeah, that's toxic positivity. Like, whatever. Okay, I'll just be excited about it and not tell anyone I'm excited about it. Keep it in my own head. Okay. And next, if you are an optimist out there, because I know there's going to be a wide mix of people that watch this, but if you are an optimist, I really believe that we should use this, like, for good. And, you know, we can uplift others by our positive energy and, I don't know, try to make their day. It might not always work, but I think putting a smile on someone else's face is just really nice and it makes me really happy. And we can also spread messages, positive messages, through, well, anywhere, just word of mouth. But I feel like for me, when I'm talking in real life, I don't know, I'm so good at just like baseline conversations a little bit deeper, but when I try to like portray my thoughts, like what I think about kind of deeply in my head, when I try to like talk about that, I don't know, I like stumble over my words sometimes, and sometimes, I don't know, I don't always talk about those things, like deep things I think about, so I kind of get like stumbled over my words. But you could spread positivity even through social media. That's what I've been trying to do. I recently got TikTok again. I had it deleted for 2 years. 3 years, because I was like, what's the point of this? You know, I need to stop scrolling. And that was with my social media cleanse. But I just got it again because I'm like, you know, I could spread little positive messages if I wanted to people. And, you know, I could do that on YouTube. And I try to do that with some of my podcasts and some of my YouTube videos. But TikTok just gets it to such a wide range of people, and just more people, I've realized, faster than what the YouTube algorithm can. That For You page on TikTok is kind of powerful, a little bit, I don't know, in my opinion. And I decided that, you know, if I have something that's like pressing on my mind that could like uplift people and, I don't know, make people realize something, like, why not post it on TikTok? And I've done that, and honestly, it's working out, like, it works out so good. I get, okay, it might not seem a lot to you guys, but like, I have like 200 views on each one, and then I get like 30 likes, and I'm like, wow, that many people liked what I had to say or related to what I had to say and took the time out of their day to watch it and like it and even comment sometimes. And it's just so cute and such a good way to spread a good message to everyone. And yeah, like about a couple days ago, I was feeling, okay, well, my next thing I was gonna talk about was that, you know, if you are an optimist, another way that you can use it for good is to just spread your good energy. And the other day, I was at work and I was in such a good mood because I work with a great coworker, and him and I, sometimes, I mean, not all the time, sometimes one of us is tired and then we don't match the energy, but sometimes we're both in like a really good, excited, positive mood, and we just match each other's energy. And that is what happened a few days ago, and it was awesome. We just had a great day at work. It was super slow, and usually that would be boring and the day would feel like 24 hours instead of like 6 hours. And it ended up going by so fast because we just shared that good energy and had a great day. And then when I came home, I was in a house, and like the people that I was with, I don't know, they just didn't radiate very good energy at all. And I started to feel like more drained, and it really sucked. I wanted to cry, and I think I did cry. And then I was like, you know, I have my grandparents that I grew up with. I was like, you know, they're in town, like, one more night, like, I need to go see them. It was such a burning desire that I needed to go see them because they have very good energy as well. And I was like, I just need to be in their presence of their good energy. And you know what? I cried, and then I pulled myself together, and then I drove over to see them, and we spent like 3 hours together, and it only felt like half an hour. Like, I don't know, that's just, to me, what it's like spending time with someone else that matches your energy, that's good energy and uplifts you. Like, time flies by and you don't even feel it because it's just so nice to be around them. And that's why I feel like energy transfers are so real. And that's just another way us optimists can help other people. And like I said, people that have low energy can sometimes really bring you down. So try your best to, be around more people that match your energy, that uplift you, because you can try to uplift people that are more pessimistic, that have more of that mindset, but you need to look out for yourself too and surround yourself with those people that are really good energy so you can thrive together, if that makes any sense. I feel like it does, but I hope you do too. And like I mentioned before, if you're a pessimist, it's not a big deal. Like, it's okay. I truly think that one of the ways people are the way they are can be from their experiences. If you've had a lot of good ones, then maybe you have a more positive outlook on life and can be an optimist. But if you've had more negative experiences, then you could look at life through a pessimist view, and either one is okay. But I do have some tips on if you are a pessimist, or just you feel like you have some like bad energy right now and you want to be more, just be in a better mood and feel more uplifted than dragged down by that negative energy. One is to not stress about the small things, because in the grand scheme of things, I love to say that, just the grand scheme of things, all the small things, they really don't matter at all. For example, I was in this class, the summer class, and there was this assignment called the Excel assignment, and I don't know, I'm okay with technology, but like Excel, I don't really know how to use it. It's just kind of confusing, the stuff that's not basic. And this class, this online class, had these online assignments that were strictly Excel assignments. And I started one. We had 3 attempts to do each one. And the night before, I started it, and it was just so hard, and it was so late, and I was like, no, I have 2 more attempts. Like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And the next day, I did another attempt, and it took me like 2 hours, and by the time I finished, it was 2 hours till midnight when the next one needed to be turned in, and I had a 50% on it. Like, it said I failed it. I think I had like a 55%, and it said I failed. And I was like, no, you're kidding. And I was crying, and I was like, what the heck am I gonna do? Like, we'll even put in a score on Canvas, or will I just have like a 0? Like, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was like, just gonna accept it. I was freaking out, and not freaking out terribly. I was just like tired and over it. And what I ended up doing was, like, I was gonna start a 3rd attempt, and I was like, this is gonna do no good. I don't know how to do this. What's a 3rd attempt gonna do? Probably gonna score even worse because I'm just so sick of it. And I decided, I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna turn off my computer. I'm gonna go to bed. And it was past 10. So I was like, I'm gonna just email my professor in the morning, because it was such like a touchy, I don't know, online thing. Like, if you just click one wrong button, it's like, nope, you're done. So I was like, nope, I'm just gonna leave it alone tonight, and tomorrow I'll just email him and see what he has to say. And it all worked out okay. When I emailed him, he emailed back, and he was like, it's not even a pass or fail. I would just put in this number out of this number. It would be like a 60%. But I don't know. I got a way better grade than I thought I would. And I don't know. It's just, don't stress the small stuff. And now I know that. And that's why I was like, screw this 3rd attempt. Like, no, it's not even that big a deal. Like, why am I putting so much effort into it? It makes no sense. Because all these little small things, like I said, they do not equal, nowhere near the amount in the grand scheme of things. That sentence made sense to me. I'm sorry if it didn't to you. And then next is just to let things go. I think being more of like a carefree mindset, not 100% carefree. There are some things you need to, just to like care about, but just letting things go is so relieving instead of trying to hold on to things like people. I've realized this many, many times, and it's if someone wants to be in your life, you will know. They will reach out to you, they will ask you how you're doing, and if they don't, then you don't need them in your life anyway, because you would just be chasing after them or trying to get their attention, and they wouldn't even be giving that energy back. So just let them go. Just let them go. I've done this with multiple people, and I still have a few I'm trying to like get over, but it takes time. But I promise you'll be happier. You just let it go. As long as you have a few close friends, some good family, at least a few good family members, you'll be perfectly fine. And last is just do what makes you happy. This is so important, because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. And if you're not doing what makes you happy, then that's just not a fulfilling life. And if you're just doing what makes others happy, or what you just feel like you're expected to do, then where's the fulfillment in that? You need to do what makes you happy. And you're the only one who even knows what that is. You can't rely on other people for your happiness. You have to find it in yourself, and it can be hard. I know. It can be really hard. But when you realize that and you realize what makes you happy, it will be so much easier, and you live a very fulfilling life. I promise. It'll all work out in the end, because happiness is truly the most important thing, because we all want to have happiness in our lives and good energy, because that's fulfilling and it doesn't drag you down or make you feel bad or sad. Yes, you can feel those feelings sometimes, and I definitely do too. My only other emotion is sadness, I feel like. But for the most part, I have put these things I told you into play, and I feel like they've really helped me, and just helped me continue to be an optimist. And that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope I say this every week. I think I do. If I don't, I'm telling you now. I appreciate every one of you out there watching this, and I hope you took at least one thing away from this video. And thank you again, and I will see you in my next podcast next week. Have a great day and week.